Welcome back aliens to the Aliens Club. Today we are going to see about the function called COUNTIFS. And here we have around 7 different scenarios. It's the best practices to use COUNTIF function. So watch till the end. So post that you will have a clear picture on how to use and why to use that COUNTIF function, and what type of scenarios we have to embed that COUNTIF function in your Excel. Here we have 4 columns: students, languages, marks and date of birth. And we have 7 different type of scenarios. And COUNTIFS function will be used when you want to count the number of cells with the different conditions. And this is the formula. And if you check that, COUNTIF function is accepting n number of parameters. Now 2 parameters are required. That first one is a range and the second parameter is a condition. Likewise, you can have n number of sets, and each set should have minimum 2 parameters. And here in the first scenario, I just want to retrieve the number of students. I'm just selecting the ranges, student. So in that, I want a person, Rafi. And the second condition I'm mentioning is languages. Here I'm specifying as a Hindi, and it is returning is 2, and this is the formula. Here if you check that, there are 3 findings for the Rafi, and we have 2 findings on the Hindi. Means it is checking the 2 columns with a specific condition, and it is omitting that the second one. Yeah, this is the basic functionality of the COUNTIFS function. In that second scenario, we are going to compare that numeric characters. That just entering that COUNTIFS function and mentioning that marks column, and I am mentioning that first condition, saying that let's take less than 50 as a first parameter, first condition, and again I'm mentioning that same column, and I need that persons, students list, whoever having marks less than 90 and greater than 50, and it is returning say 8. Sorry, here I just did a mistake here. It is greater than 50 and less than 90. If you check it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 occurrences here. COUNTIFS function saying that this time I'm selecting languages. Let's take Hindi basics, and the second condition I'm just taking that marks column. and specifying the range. Here, instead of mentioning that range within the double quotes, I am using that reference. Let's take C4 50, and if you check this formula, you have specified double quotes and you selected that cell reference. Instead of mentioning that value as a 50, you selected that C4 cell. Means it controller will look for the value available in the cell reference. In the third scenario, fourth scenario, how to use count function if you want to compare a specific date. So this time I am selecting date of birth, and I want the data greater than 1990. Yeah, and I have one more condition, selecting the range, and I want the data less than 1996. Okay, so here if you check the formula, it is looking for the dates available in the date of birth column, and it is returning the data whichever is having the data that between 1990 and 1996. Here we have 10 findings. And let's get into that another scenario. And again, count if yes, and this time instead of mentioning, this time also I'm just going to compare the dates, but instead of mentioning the static date value, I'm just putting a predefined method. The range is same date of birth, and again, so this time, and I'm having one more condition, same range, and here instead of mentioning the static value, I just want the data less than. Today function will return that current date. So I'm just looking for the data between 1995 to today, means till date. And we'll get into the next scenario. So how do you use it? With wildcard characters. Same formula. And this time I'm just selecting the students column. So let's students column, and the condition I am mentioning as I just want the data whichever the element starts with A. So here we have 6 findings with starting with A, all but 3 and on 3. And here I am mentioning one more condition, and with the same range, and I know that ending character as a D. In that it should return 3. That means starting letter A and ending letter is a 3, and in between whatever elements available, the controller will not check it. I'm having one more example for wildcard characters. I know that count of that cell value, but I don't know the starting letter and ending letter of that cell. But still I just want the count of the specific range. Then how do I do that? Question symbol will accept, will look for the element, number of satch, number of cell value. Here if you check that, we have 3 findings. Raj. In addition to that, we can have one more condition saying that marks. You can select the marks. Sorry. I can select the marks. It is saying 50. So we have two findings, but how? Here the controller will look for the three character element in the students column, and with having the marks greater than 50. So here Raj is the only person having 3 characters, and with specifying that marks are greater than 0, greater than 50, we have two findings. The controller will return true result. Hope it helps you. Let's see you with another interesting video.